Hello everyone and welcome back to Grow with Professor G. I hope you are doing well. Today's video is about PhD update for the July 2025 session for foreign nationals, and in this video we're going to talk about Indian Institute of Technology Delhi, that is IIT Delhi, and let's get into the video ahead. बिफोर गेटिंग अहेड इस चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कर दो, बेल आइकन प्रेस कर दो और इस वीडियो को लाइक कर दो ताकि आप कोई भी अपडेट हमारे चैनल से रिगार्डिंग पीएचडी एंड रिसर्च अपॉर्चुनिटीज़ मिस नहीं करो. So as you open the IIT International website, you can see this page here. So basically this is a program for foreign nationals. So on the home page here, you can read about the program. It is basically for foreign nationals, for people who are not residents or citizens of India. Now let's go to the study program here. After you click here, you can see the different courses that are offered by IIT Delhi. So one is PhD, then it is MTech, MS Research, then it is MSc and M Design, MBA. So all of these programs are mentioned here, and in this video we're going to talk about the PhD programs. So the first thing we need to understand here is that IIT Delhi offers a number of options for graduate students to non-Indian nationals. Indian nationals and those who obtain their qualifying degree from India are required to appear in entrance exams for admission to these programs, but this requirement is waived off for foreign nationals. That means that there is no entrance exam, only an interview will be conducted here. All graduate students, Indian and non-Indian, pay the same tuition fee and have access to similar programs for financial support and schemes for professional development. Now let's understand what PhD programs are offered here. So IIT Delhi welcomes students with strong academic record who are keen to pursue research. They offer PhD programs in sciences, mathematics, engineering, technology, humanities and management. To be eligible, you must have a master's degree in the relevant discipline, but students with a strong bachelor's, that is at least 4 years in engineering technology, are also eligible. The detailed eligibility criteria is here. Let's read it together. So after you click here, you can see the different eligibility criterion for different programs. So for PhD, you can see this box here. It is mentioned that Bachelor of Technology or Engineering, 4 years or more in relevant discipline with at least 70% marks, or Masters of Technology Engineering, 2 years or more in relevant discipline with at least 60% marks, or Masters of Science or Arts, 2 years or more in relevant discipline with at least 60% marks. So this is mentioned here that you need to have one of these degrees to be eligible for a PhD program at IIT Delhi. Now let's understand a note that is mentioned here. All marks are aggregate for the entire duration of the program. A GPA of 6 or a 10-point scale would be considered equivalent to 60%, so you can calculate accordingly. Translation to other scales is done proportionally, thus 6.0 on a 10-point scale is equivalent to 2.4 on a 4-point scale. Then, non-Indian nationals who obtained their qualifying degree from an institution in India will have to meet additional requirements applicable to Indian students. So, if you are a non-Indian national who has completed their bachelor's or master's from an institution in India, they will have to meet additional requirements which are applicable to Indian students. So, we are going to see that also here. What are the additional requirements here? So, after you click on PG programs, you will click on application progress here. Now, let's read it together. Non-Indian nationals, including persons with OCI or PIO cards, are eligible to apply for admission to graduate programs as foreign candidates. However, candidates who have obtained their qualifying degree from an institute or university in India will have to meet additional requirements of qualifying national exams like GATE, JAM, etc. Before applying here, candidates should actually check the eligibility criteria like we have discussed earlier. The application requires that candidates provide a statement, self-declaration of their proficiency in English. That means that you can give TOEFL, IELTS, etc. Then you have to provide names of 2 referees who can provide your recommendation letters. The referees will be asked to comment on the candidates' overall aptitude, proficiency, etc. Then we have here, in addition, candidates should wherever possible provide their scores. If they have given like GATE, CSR, UGC, NET, DST, Inspire, etc., you should mention your scores and your English proficiency test scores also, such as TOEFL, IELTS, etc., all of these. Then they have written that candidates with a strong academic record will be invited for an interview with a committee comprising faculty members of the relevant discipline. Candidates who perform well in the interview will be offered admission. So this has been cleared here. Now let's understand the timeline of admission. The timeline here is that the application has already opened in the first week of March, and then it is actually going to close in the first week of April. Then the interviews are going to be between May and June, and then the offer letters would be coming along in June to July, and the classes will begin along the last week of July, as it is mentioned here. So all of this information is mentioned here. Then we can also look at the fee and support section here. So here it is mentioned that all full-time foreign nationals admitted to the PhD program would be working as teaching assistant, and they would be given an INR 37,000 per month for the first 2 years and INR 42,000 per month for the next 3 years of their program. So this is for PhD. Then for MTech, M Design or MS Research, it is given that for people who have cleared their gate and have been admitted to these programs, they are also entitled to working as a teaching assistant, and they would also be paid 12,400 per month. So this is different for the programs. If you have been admitted to a PhD program, you would get a different stipend, and for a master's program, the stipend is obviously different. Then all teaching assistantships at IIT Delhi require students to spend 8 hours per week in supporting teaching at the institute that has been mentioned here. Now, for additional financial support, they have also given you two fellowship programs mentioned that you can actually read about and apply for. Then let's look at the fee for tuition and other services in INR. For tuition fee, you can see for PhD it is 7,500, other services it is 5,350, for total per semester it is 12,850 INR. So all of this information has been mentioned to you here. So if you are interested in the hostel charges, the mess charges, you can read this table that is also mentioned to you. So you can give it a read here. And now let's look at how do we actually apply to the PhD program. So after you click on the portal here, that is of PG programs, you have to click on apply. So after you click here, you can actually log in with your username and password. For actually, if you have applied previously, then you have to log in, or else you will have to create an account via clicking on sign in, and then you have to create an account here. So this is the information for foreign nationals to apply to the PhD programs at IIT Delhi. Apart from that, you can also see the list of programs and the research areas here before applying. So these are the different departments that are offering PhDs, and you can click on the different departments here to understand the research area. So for example, you can see literature, sociology, psychology, linguistics, philosophy and economics in the Department of Humanities, in the Department of HSS, and then you can also read the specialization by clicking on the links here. So you can read here and then apply accordingly. If you feel like your research area is actually matching the professor's areas here at IIT Delhi, you can go ahead and submit your application. So this is the end of the video. I hope you liked the video, and thank you for watching. We'll see you in the next video. Bye.